Hi everyone, welcome back to the live on, I'm so sorry I had to leave, the live on managing children's screen time. Once again, happy Children's Day. I'll repeat what I was starting and then I'll continue. So the purpose of this live is to give you clear information on screens and how to manage screen. I'm going to talk about the points I have for 5 minutes around screens that will help you in having a clear idea how to manage children's screen. Plus, I will answer a few questions after that 5 minutes of talk, and I'm going to keep this live very short. So coming back to the points that I was discussing, when you talk about children's screen time, first you have to clarify in your head as a parent, how much screen time do I want to give my child? Okay, I want to give in the morning, in the evening, also the routine. So when? How much and when I want to give my child, so that when your child asks, there's no confusion. If you will not be clear how much to give and when to give, then your child will keep asking every time your child will see you using the phone, or will keep asking whenever your child is getting bored for the TV. If you'll be clear, then you can say, of course you're going to get it in the evening, we have the time, or in the morning you will watch it again. So it really lessens our struggle, and we have a clear answer to give the child when the child is going to get the screen. So that's the first thing that you need to remember. Second, whenever you are going to form a routine around screen, there will be a little struggle from your child's end. Of course, we have all seen when we switch off our children's screen, sometimes there's a tantrum. They want to watch more. So whenever you have a tantrum around screen, I want to watch more screen, why did you switch it off? I don't want to switch it off. Firstly, remember you are the authority. So you can switch it off. You don't have to get angry. Especially if your child is throwing a tantrum, do not get angry yourself. Whenever you are going to take back screen from your child, sometimes you will have to face some kind of struggle. If you feel that whenever I take screen from my child, he never understands. I explain so many times. We decide also that he's only going to watch for 20 minutes, and even when I take it back, still my child is not happy and is not understanding. That's normal. So children, even if children don't understand, you are supposed to, as an authority, take back screen calmly and peacefully from your end, even if your child is not calm. So how do you do that? In short, if your child is throwing that tantrum, you say, I know you want more screen, but we'll watch it in the evening now, bacha. I know you're upset. Or sometimes make that empathy really connecting. So if your child is saying, I want to watch it, I wanted to finish that Peppa Pig, I really wanted to watch it, and is throwing their limbs here and there, even in that moment, breathe and just say, I know, oh my God, you wanted to complete that episode, that's why you're so upset. Oh, that's why, but I know, beta, in the evening we'll complete it. And then you don't keep over empathizing. You don't explain too much. You have already explained a lot around screens, I'm sure, as a parent, how our eyes eyesight gets weakened, how we need to take care of ourselves, our mental health around screens and all that. You don't have to talk about all that. You just don't explain. You keep it short and you let that tantrum pass, because with time your child will understand that even if I throw the tantrum, I do not get the screens, nor does my parent get angry. So don't get angry. You are the authority. Take the screen back. Another reason why I'm telling you not to get angry is we don't want to have negative association around screens. We don't want children to always fight for screens from us. It's like we are pulling the screen back and the child is wanting the screen because of that. So we are supposed to give screens happily. Our children are born in the world of screens. We can't separate them completely. It's not even good for them, I always say. But remember that they might want screen. It is our job to just help them discipline around it without getting angry. Because so take it happily, give it happily is the point. Okay, because remember, children love to watch screens. Okay, it's their source of entertainment. It's their source of happiness. When we are against their source of happiness all the time, फिर TV देख रहे हो, again you want TV, बच्चा. Can we just say that I know TV is interesting, beta. Even I love to watch TV, but then we have to regulate it. Okay, so now you've already watched it. In the evening, you can watch it again. Because remember, in this generation, we are, as parents, we also have the responsibility to give our children wisdom around screens. How to not get abused by screens, but use screens. How to regulate themselves around screens. How to, when they know that it's too much, I'm watching screen too much, to keep their phone aside when they grow up. We need that kind of wisdom. That can only come when children are actually watching it and then they stop and they have a routine around it. So give it happily, take back happily is the main point. The next is, please try to see the quality. Try more than quantity. See what is your child indulging in when during screen time. Please be involved. Do not give your children screens, especially phones with complete internet access. It's very risky. I really want to say it. Sometimes parents come to me with situations where the child has watched something when they were not there. I will really suggest, give your children personal phones as late as possible. Please, that's really important. And when I talk about quality, I also want to talk about not only watching screens but taking help from screens. We all understand that screens are helpful also. So how we can go and research and see some information on screen, get some information from internet, how we can watch, take a recipe from internet and cook something, how internet actually helps us also. So taking advantage of screen, not letting the screen take advantage of us. Plus maintaining our own connection around screens. So that's why I say no negativity. Remember, connection with screens for children increases when connection with us decreases with our children. So you keep working on that connection, be involved, enjoy screens with them when possible. I'm sure a lot of you must be doing that also. So this is what I want to say about screens in 5 minutes. So I'll take longer workshops later, but I thought this is going to help you all. And now let me just see some questions. And then I'll complete the live, I think. I will save this video. You'll get it. Right age, I will say before 2 years, do not give screens to your children if it's possible. Or at least 15-20 minutes is enough. Do not give screens to children earlier than that. जितनी जल्दी दोगे ना, जितना अर्ली दोगे ना, उतनी जल्दी एडिक्शन के चांसेस हैं. Sometimes I receive messages like, my 1-year-old is getting addicted to screen. Too early. Children don't need all that. It is us, we give it. Refrain from it, please. After 2 years, start giving them a little here and there, but don't get irritated. Too much screen time is going to affect their behavior also. So remember that. When they are watching too much screen time, they also lose interest in things that they found interested at one time. So if you think your child is not playing with the toys anymore, your child does not want to do anything else and is always asking for screen, then that also happens when children are watching too much screen. Whenever you feel your child is watching too much screen, don't get scared. Just come down with it. It will take a few days to regulate it again. Maybe your child will struggle for 2-3 days, will keep asking de do because they are used to it. But when you are calm and you're taking that tantrum peacefully, calmly yourself, and you're saying, I know, bacha, but we still can't have it. So that is when your child will get the message and it will continue. So don't get too concerned, just come back. I'll just answer a couple of questions before I leave. I want to take questions only around screen. My child also watching mobile while eating. Around 1 hour she takes. 1 hour she's taking to eat. That means she's getting screen also for 1 hour. I will suggest with time, try to separate a few meals from screen. If your child is watching screen with meal every time, your child is literally getting addicted to screen. And food. Sometimes children, वो बोलते हैं ना, खाना अंदर ही नहीं जाता जब तक स्क्रीन सामने नहीं आता. Till the time you're not showing your child screen, sometimes your child is not eating only. That is something that you need to be careful about. If you feel you're already there, then also don't panic. We can come back from everywhere if we get conscious. So start with one meal of the day where you do not give the screen. There you have to keep patience because your child will ask for screen. Your child is used to it, but you do not give it and you still be calm. If your child eats maybe 2 rotis, maybe without screen your child will eat 1.5. Be calm, it's okay. End the meal time the minute your child stops eating instead of getting irritated. and start with the first meal without screen. Have fun, change the place if the pattern to change, break the pattern of giving the screen. So if your child sits at a place on a table and then watches the screen and eat, maybe go outside and eat with your child, so many things, but you will need to be more patient because your child is used to screens and eating. But it is possible to remove it. Just be calm and just say, I know beta, at night you can watch with screen and eat with screen, but now in the afternoon we are not going to do it, so that your child doesn't get really hooked with screen and eating. Let's not make it an addiction. Sometimes for entertainment purpose, don't get too obsessive about it also, because we are giving it and obsessing about it is not helping us. Okay, so some questions please around screens only. Peer pressure is so much on kids to watch this and that. Games are there, peer pressure is there. Be involved if your child is playing. Don't be negative, हमेशा खेलते रहते हो, क्या कर रहे हो, बस I can't give you more. Instead just ask, what is this game all about? Oh, you're so good at it. अच्छा, all friends are playing this. अच्छा. And then you let them, and then maybe sometimes you ask, how much time do you need, when do you need. So when you're putting boundaries with your for your children around screens, you can even discuss these boundaries. With older children, you can just ask, how much time do you want to play this game, when do all children come and play this game. So this time, half an hour, 45 minutes is good for you. That's great. So let's do that, so that your child is involved in the boundary. Even if your child is involved, sometimes your child will say, thoda sa aur karna hai, I still want it more. Don't get irritated of all that. Screens are like that. They are addictive. It's not your children's fault. And it's not wrong to want screen. The thing is that we can't have it for that much. And that's the clarity that we need to keep in our mind, okay? So be more patient, breathe. Become more. There's so many questions, but some are around screens. So how to avoid their tantrums once we take the screen back from them? Poonam, watch this live again. That's what I'm saying. Tantrums will come around screens sometimes. Screens are like that. Sometimes we are giving too much, so when we are taking it back, tantrums will come. Avoiding tantrums will take a few episodes. That means you'll have to be calm and not give the screen, and still be calm and empathize and let that tantrum pass once, twice, thrice, fourth, and they'll understand that even if I cry, even if I go on like that, I will not get more screen time, and they will stop trying. You need to have clear and firm boundaries so that children know that these boundaries cannot be moved, is the point. Try to have screen times according to your family. If you feel, I don't know, I'm sure this question must be somewhere, so I'm answering it just like that. If you feel that with your family members, because of other family members are showing screens to your children, then try to have a routine where whatever time your child is watching the screen with their chachu, dadu, dadi, anyone they're watching it, that can be their screen time in the day, so that you're not struggling. In fact, you're saying, go, you can watch screen now, you're done with your work, go to dadi and watch some screen. So do it like that, so that do what is possible for you. Don't obsess too much about screens. Negative association, lot of negativity, anger, rules, regulations like out loud around screens, your irritation around screens is going to have a counter effect. You will not reach to your goal. It is not good for you. So please give it happily, take back happily. That's the last message that I will give. I will save this live. I will go from here now because I want to keep this live short, so that many can watch it and get some idea around screens. If you want a detailed live or you want a detailed workshop, just you can write it, and I will definitely plan a workshop where on Zoom we can just talk a lot about screens and I can take some more personal questions. But right now this is for a lot of parents, so do share it if you felt that it helped you. And if you feel that you want more lives like these on different topics where you get crisp knowledge instead of those little reels only, where you get really crisp and detailed knowledge around any topic, you can mention the topics also, and you can request for more lives also in the comments, so that I know what is the requirement at your end. Okay, thank you. And if you want to leave a few hearts, if you feel that this was helpful, please do leave a few hearts, and if it clarified anything in your mind. I will still say 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, try to give personal phones as less as possible. Even if you're giving, have rules around it. Trust me, once we give it, it's very difficult to take back. Okay, thank you. If they start asking outside of scheduled time, how do I stop? You don't stop them from asking, Ashwini. You deal with it. If they're asking again and again and again, maybe either you deal with it and you keep the boundary and empathize. If you feel they're asking too much, maybe their requirement is changing. Maybe they're doing something because of the timing has changed. Maybe other children are coming in the evening and you are giving screen in the morning. That's why I'm saying as children grow, discuss their requirement and have screen time accordingly so that the struggle is less. Okay? And I will leave now. Thank you so much for the stars. Oh, I mean hearts. I'm loving the hearts. Thank you so much. I'll do for anger in children short live very soon. Thank you so much, and do watch this live again in case you joined later. Love you all. Happy Children's Day.